Welcome to the VLenore Show. Here we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, the style. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, lovers. It doesn't seem appropriate to really speak to y'all like that tonight, but I'm going to do it anyway, okay? Because we're still lovers over here and not fighters, okay? Although we will whoop that ass if necessary, okay? Okay. Hello, lovers. Welcome to the VLenore Show, and I'm your host, VLenore. Today is Monday, August 12th, 2024. And yeah, we're going to do what I said we wouldn't do. I know what I said. Okay. I know what I said, but I'm a whole grown ass woman, which means I can change my damn mind. Okay. And I just had to do it tonight. Okay. I had to. So tonight we will be discussing Wade Wilson. And the thing that really sort of motivated tonight's live was it gave me something to do. B, it was going to be something different than the Nesto stuff because I really haven't ventured off of that for quite some time. And then last but not least, the thing that really kind of triggered it was the call that was released on today. Okay. And we are going to listen and react to that call. And because of that call, and because I was reading the caption under the call that Phone Calls from Prison put out, it mentioned that Wade's father had done an interview. So I don't know when the interview was done, but it was uploaded because it was an upload. So it was uploaded like 2 days ago. So I didn't even know it existed until that call came out. So we'll talk about all of that. But first, let me say hi to you guys. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Native Tribe Urban Media. Ooh, there was a new letter dropped. That was really cute what you did this time, Native. Okay? You tried to set us up. Okay? I fell for the okie doke. All right? So, anywho, go check out Native's letter. Is it letter number 4? Is that 4 or 5? Hell, who knows? I think maybe it's letter 5. But anyway, go check it out. It's his letter to the infamous blogger. Okay, check it out. I told him in the comments that's my favorite one thus far. I mean, they just get better and better. Okay. So anyway, shout out to Native Tribe Urban Media. Hi, D-Dub. How are you? Hi, the only A-Shell loves. Did you see last night, girl, when I said, I don't know if you were gone by then, but you are not the only shell, okay? I know you changed your name, okay, because there were a shell over here and a shell over there, everywhere, here, there, everywhere, shell. Well, last night there was another shell. Okay, I just thought I'd let you know. But hi, A-Shell loves. Hi, Justin's mom. Hey, Snoopalicious. Hey, Soundcheck Annette. Hello, hi, Minding Business. How are you? Hey, Leo Lady. Hey, Dimples Wimples 504. Call Me Shell is here. And I'm a I can't even say this right. I'm a professionist in check cards, okay? Because check cards is where it's at, okay? Fuck chess. Okay. Hi, Lexi the Little Nerd. Hi. Hi, it's the Rocks. Did I get just about everyone? Hey, S&W 380. Yes. Hi, the real VB. Hi, Myretta. Hi, Lady 747. Hey, Misdemeanor. Hello. JMM55. Honey Janae, how are you? I said that when I have grandbabies, I am going to be Honey. That's what I want my grandbabies to call me, Honey. Okay. And they are going to be my honey bunnies. Okay. Yes. I'm Honey because I'm sweet like that. Okay. And I'm going to be especially sweet to my grandbabies when I get me some. If I'm not walking around with a cane and can barely stand up straight. Okay. By the time it happens. But anywho, I'm going to be Honey. Yes, I am. Hi, prominent woman. Who else? Oh, okay, it was letter number 5. Thank you for letting me know. I love it. Hi, NY Chili or Chill One. How are you? Say J, hi. Nola Brown. Okay, I think I got just about everybody. Hi, Southside Chi-Town. Okay, y'all. So look, let's talk Wade. Okay, look. I ain't scared no more. Okay. I ain't scared no more. All right. I'm standing in my shit. I put my big girl panties on, and we gonna talk about this here man, Wade Wilson. All right. So Wade Wilson was convicted of the unaliving of 2 women in 2019, or from an incident 2019 in Cape Coral, Florida, natives neck of the woods. Now, I don't know where Cape Coral is, but if it's Florida, I'm going to make it his neck of the woods. And we all know that if it's Florida, the motherfuckers there are crazy. Okay. This is a fact. This isn't anyone's opinion. This can be verified. Okay. Verified. Yes. Don't act surprised. You already know y'all crazy as hell in Florida. Okay. Ain't nothing normal in Florida. Okay. So anywho, no. I don't have to claim Sonia. I don't. I won't. Okay. We kicked her out a long time ago. Okay. That's why she has to sneak back into the state from time to time. Yeah, we kicked her out, and that's why she lives in states outside of Ohio. We ain't going for that bullshit. Okay. Nope. So yeah. So that's what's going on tonight. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about this whole situation, shall we? So, where do we start? Let's start with the call, okay? Because that damn call, it's only 15 minutes, I want to say. No, not even. It's 12 minutes and 38 seconds, okay? That damn call was very interesting, okay? The call is between, wait a minute, hold on. No, V ain't from no damn crazy ass Florida. No, ma'am. You already know. Oh, no. V is not from crazy ass Florida. Oh, hell to the no. Only crazy people are from there or live there. And that's where we sent Sonia. Do you understand? Are you following now? Native, do you see how that worked? When we detected that she was crazy as hell, that's when they said, send her ass to Florida. You see how that went? We locked her up first. That didn't solve anything. So they sent her ass to Florida. Do you see how that goes? Why? Because that's where the crazy people are. Okay. Stay focused. Okay. Now, this call that we are going to review is of Wade Wilson's dad and he talking, and the dad kind of lets him know that the things he's been listening to Wade say and do, talking with the media, being on these jail calls, talking all crazy, telling all this shit. Remember yesterday, I think it was, I mentioned that Wade went from admitting to doing all of the things that he's been convicted of doing, and then turned around and came back and said he's not guilty, right? Just lying. So the dad is having a discussion with him about that. Okay. Southside Chi-Town, I think it's already done. They have not spoken since this call happened. Okay. So I'm gonna play it now. Again, as I stated, it is only 12 minutes. But child, let's get into it. Now I'm gonna have to check for sound and stuff, because yesterday that was odd that y'all couldn't hear the call. I mean, the thingy at the time. All right. So hold on just a second. Okay. All right. So let's listen to Shay break down what this call is all about. Oh, and before we do that, drop some yellow hearts in the chat for phone calls from prison. They are the ones that are supplying us with this great content that we can give reactions to. If you've been coming over here, and you already know that we spend a lot of time over there on Phone Calls from Prison's channel. And tonight won't be any different, okay? So shout out to Shay and her hubby from Phone Calls from Prison. Shay, tell us, what will we hear in this call?
Hello?
Oh, she's not going to tell us. We're just going to listen. Did y'all hear him say hello before we go any further? Okay? I didn't realize she didn't give us a narrative. But put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard him say hello, because that'll let me know that y'all can hear. If you could hear, put a 1 in the chat. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, let's get it.
Hello?
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Hey, it's only 51 cents on here.
Yeah.
So we're only gonna talk for a second. So why don't you have to call me back so I can put more money on it? I don't know how to do it unless you call me.
All right, so do you want me
Or is there a way to do it? Yeah, because I need to talk to you.
Oh, you do?
I do. I do badly.
Okay.
Yeah, very badly.
All right, I'll call you back.
So, okay, how long does 51 cents last?
You said what? You said what?
How long does 51 cents last?
I'm really not sure, Dad. I don't really know.
It can't be much.
No, probably like
Just accepting the call, I think.
You have 1 minute remaining.
There you go.
Okay, listen. Call me.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All right, I'll call you back.
All right.
Up on us.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if it doesn't accept it, sometimes that shit acts weird. So
I got to call.
just make sure you call me right back.
All right.
Huh?
Yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll
call me until we talk.
All right.
So, you doing all right?
Yeah, let it run out of time real quick.
Yeah. Are you doing okay?
No, I'm not doing okay. I'm not, actually.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I'll tell you about it when I call you back, because there's only like 20 seconds. I can't tell you
I'm
not doing good in that amount of time. But I'll let you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, call me right back, because it's going to hang up any second. So.
All right, then. I'll call you back.
Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, so to just to clarify, who was that? Southside Chi-Town said Dad is going to cut him off. Well, they haven't spoken since this call took place, and this call is estimated from what Phone Calls from Prison has out here. This was estimated to have happened in 2019, so they haven't talked. But this interview from a couple of days ago is where he he shared in that interview that they have not spoken since this call when they got into it. So just like Shay, like, you know, when I tell you Shay be on that shit, Shay, no sooner than that interview came out, Shay went in into her little Rolodex of jail calls and pulled this sucker right on out, found this call, and matched it right on up with that interview. So let's listen to what happens when Wade calls back.
What's up, Dan?
What's up, Ray?
What's up?
What's wrong with you?
Huh?
I said, what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing, man. I'm in jail. That's all.
I know. I said, is everything okay? And you said no.
Yeah, I'm in jail, bro. That's why everything's not okay.
Oh, well, you already know that.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably the downside of unaliving people. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going to happen, especially if they catch you, which, you know, often they do. So, yeah. Oh, I want to show y'all something else too, but we'll come back to that at the end. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. All right, let's listen.
So I want to tell you about a few things on how I feel about a few things, okay?
Okay.
All right. First of all, that GoFundMe account, that shit was a pretty stupid move, okay? And I understand, you know, you're trying to get money and all that. I get that part of it. But because of that is what sparked all the other bullshit that now is all over the goddamn news. So, you know, listen, I don't know why you felt the need to sit down and have conversations with these media people and go into detail like you did, because I'm telling you how it was received. It was received from everybody who has heard it, and people are posting all over shit, and they're commenting in the news. You sounded horrible. You sounded like a straight liar. You were stumbling over your words. You were repeating things, you know, trying to, you know, come up with what you were saying. And it really came off bad, Wade. Really, really, really bad. You know, you got to look at it from another perspective sometimes.
Before we even listen further, I have mixed emotions about this situation and where the father is concerned. And when I say mixed emotions, I really do mean they are truly mixed. Okay. Hey, Valon, how are you? This is why it's mixed for me. One, this is a whole unaliver. Okay. I know this is the father talking to his son, but he's a son that has taken the lives of two people. So to me, if he is in there looking crazy, digging a deeper hole for himself, I mean, how much deeper could the hole get? To me, we know that he came out here and admitted to committing these crimes in the first few calls, whether it was to the dad or to Mila. I want to say even to Kelly, maybe. He literally owned up to these things in the calls, right? Then he turns around, comes back, and then he's acting like, you know, he's innocent. It was somebody else. He needs a legal defense fund. That's what the GoFundMe is for, right? But my thought is, he's not gonna, how much worse of a hole can you dig for yourself when you've already admitted that you did it? And the fact that you're coming back and you saying stuff now like you didn't do it, I would just be like, I don't give a damn. Like, that's on him. He's got. So there's that. To me, I had difficulty kind of understanding that in this call. Then in previous calls, when he's talking to Wade about Mila in particular, and he tells Wade that Mila has gone to the to the media, that Mila was recording him, which I'm not so sure that she was. I don't know if she was really recording him or if they just got access to the calls between Mila and Wade, right? So I don't know, but my thought would be, why do you care? Why, Dad, again? So what? She went in and talked to the media and is talking to him. He ain't coming out of that jail. He's not coming out. You knew that then, because he admitted to unaliving 2 people. So we already knew he wasn't coming out, right? And I know the news interviewed her, but did they interview her? Hi, Mocha and Dimples. But here's my question. I understand that the media interviewed her. They interviewed Kelly too, right? I understand that they interviewed her, but does that mean that her call with Wade, she recorded it? Like, how do we know that? I mean, I guess I would have to watch that interview to actually know. And maybe that's what I should have looked up too. Mila's interview. It can't be long if a news media did it. But I saw the little, snippet of shit. Oh, Kelly's interview. Hi, Misunderstood. Misunderstood, you actually should look into covering some of this stuff because it deals with addiction. And in some respects, it deals with addiction, because he's trying to say that he was, and I believe him, that he was high on, I think they're saying he was high on meth or whatever. But anywho, so anyway, with that said, I just don't understand what is the need to protect somebody that's in jail. Now, on the other hand, someone that's in jail for what he's in jail for, and he ain't coming out, pretty much. Okay, that's the thing that threw me off about it. On the flip side, this is why it's a mixed bag of tricks for me, because God knows if my son did anything, I don't give a damn what he did. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Okay. I'm always love my baby. I'm always going to see my baby. Okay. To this day, I see a 5-year-old. That's as old as he got in my eyes, as far as I can see. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Now, will I uphold my child in his wrongdoing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I would encourage him to do the right thing, or to get the help he needs, or whatever the hell it is. I would do that. But I get that you're still going to love your child regardless of what they go through. But I don't know. I guess part of me can't even imagine my child doing this. So maybe it's easy for me to say, that I would uphold him and I would make him do this and that or the other. Maybe that's easy for me to say because it's not something in fact, I'm claiming it in Jesus's name that I will never have to deal with anything like this. But you know what I'm saying? It's odd to hear his dad. In some ways, I don't get it. But anywho, Hey, Sassy Experience. I think his dad was trying to save him from the chair. I got you. He knew Wade was never getting out. He hoped he could um, save him from the death penalty. Very good. Okay. I could see that too, I guess. I could see that too. However, a seed that bad, I'm not one that's big on capital punishment. I'm not. I would say I'm probably 95% against it because I don't feel really that we should be making determinations that only God should be making. However, that's easy for me to say because had somebody done something to my child, then I would want them to get it. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's crazy. I don't know. But okay. But Sassy Experience, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, let's go back to the call.
And now they're blasting these phone interviews all over the place where you talk about, having sex with Kristen. You didn't even say her name right. You kept saying Kristen, and her name's Kristine. So Kristen's the chick you're talking to now. So that really looked bad. What else looked bad is it's like the media doesn't give a fuck about you, Wade. They're not the judge and they're not the jury. So you trying to convince them thinking, oh, they're going to put my story out there and people are going to feel bad for me or see it my way. It did the exact opposite. 100% the exact opposite. So now what Mila's going to do, and I'm just guessing this, I don't know for sure, but what Mila's going to do is now she's going to come back and do her own story to combat the fact that Mila Spa isn't your and hers business. Her car isn't you and hers car. You just
her car is not even her car. I don't give a fuck. Her car is not even her car.
Okay,
her car is under some sugar daddy's name. I could give a fuck.
Okay, but you're all over there saying, me and Mila, we have a Hellcat. We have a 2016 Hellcat. No, you don't.
You know what, Dad? I don't give a fuck, man. I didn't tell the media shit, bro. I didn't tell them anything that's bad for me. They can say because I'm stumbling on my words. Who gives a fuck, man?
Listen. You can think that way. It's going to bite you in your ass because now what's going to happen is when these attorneys, when they charge you and these attorneys come to you, I mark my words, they're going to say to you, listen, the worst thing you ever did was do those news interviews because now you're locked into a story that we can't change. So when you're saying all this to the media, you left out the visit between you and me when on a recorded visitation, you said what you said. Phone calls between you and me where you said what you said. When you talked to Mila and you told her, the media
but who told them anything about phone calls between me and you? Who told them that?
Oh Lord. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. So Ashel Love says, makes you wonder what kind of relationship Wade had with his dad. Well, his dad was 15 years old when he got Wade's mother pregnant. The mother was 14, the father was 15. So I want to say, and when we get over to the interview, he touches on this. The dad touches on it. And I could have the time frame wrong, but I want to say they had Wade for, I don't know if it was a few months or for a year. I'm not sure how long, but he was very young, small, when eventually they decided to put the child up for adoption. So Wade was actually adopted out adopted by a good Christian family, they say, and that they're good people. That's what the dad shares in the interview. So I read he's not a crack baby. That's the other thing too, that comes out in the interview, that there were rumors that the girl was pregnant and using, and that's not true. In fact, the dad says that she wasn't doing anything. I mean, come on, she was 14. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the likelihood is it is slim that she was on anything. And the father says specifically she wasn't using, drinking, nothing when she was pregnant with him. So anyway, he was adopted, and then it was several years. I mean, he was an adult by the time, I want to say an adult. He was definitely over the age of 18. So he was grown when Wade found the dad and they connected for the first time. So we'll get to that in a minute. But, it was a good question, Shell, because I didn't know much about any of this, obviously, until this shit started dropping. And anyhow, so let's listen.
Wait, it's
who told him that?
Record, son.
Who told him that?
Nobody has told him. The detectives have it, son.
Okay, so no one told them that. Stop it, Dad. Stop it, man. Give it up, man.
Mila, when you talk to Mila, the
hold
media,
on, are you serious? A lady? So a lady 747 said they wrote he was a crack baby in the GoFundMe. That's messed up. Here's the thing. So, well, anyway, let's just listen. That's crazy. I didn't know that because I didn't go look up the GoFundMe stuff. But what? Shabbai.
Was next to her. She had it on speaker and heard you.
Man, I know that. I already know that. I know that. But I'm talking about with me and you talking on the phone. Who said that? And who's the one that, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Right. Okay.
Wait, you're not hearing me. Nobody said that. I'm telling you that the detectives. You think they didn't watch that? Do you think they didn't hear all that? They came to talk to you later that night after we visited, and you called me the next day, and I said, hey, did they come see you? Yeah, they came to see me. What happened? I told them the truth, Dad. They have all that. You think that's not going to come up in court?
So talking to the media, talking to the media doesn't fucking matter then.
It changes everything. It shows that you don't give a fuck. It shows that now you're changing your story. You
know what? I give a fuck about people that give a fuck about me. That's what I give a fuck about.
The audacity. The audacity. Now, I got really angry. Not angry. Well, yeah, I was a little angry. Not completely surprised, but a little ticked, dude, I don't know. Like I said, I was back and forth. I was mad at him for why you sound like a fool. And then I'm mad at the dad, why you care? At this point, not why you care, because that is his son. But I guess, I mean, the father has done prison time before, and Wade has done prison time before. So both of them understand and know what prison life is like. They also know that based upon Wade's crimes, because he harmed women, that's not going to be looked upon well in prison. I also believe he forced himself on at least one of them. I don't know of both, but again, something that is not looked upon. Let's put it this way. Even prisoners have standards, okay? Even the most hardened criminals on the planet have standards, and they don't fook with people who fook with kids and women. especially specific crimes. That's why Nesto was so afraid when those CP charges came up on him, and then they got removed. So he thought they were going to get removed, and then they weren't. So that's why he was freaking out, because he knows that is not looked upon very well inside, right? So anywho, let's go back. Let's listen.
You should.
That's what I give a fuck about. And I'll tell you what, that's the only thing that I give a fuck about, period.
Oh, this is why I was gonna say that I kind of got frustrated too, but this was before I learned that Wade has some very serious where is it? He's got some very serious diagnoses. From what I understand, he has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, multiple personalities, bipolar. Like, he's got a lot of shit going on. So I guess on the flip side, there's a part of me that says, okay, he's sick, right? But that's the other thing. Like, how do you determine whether someone is mentally ill or they just freaking evil? Because depending upon the crime, I can go either way with it. Like, I almost feel like the mental illness is the evil part of what they are dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to feel about it. It's just a mess. But yeah, Wade has a slew of things that he was has been diagnosed with. And I believe, see, when I hear that, then it makes sense that he would be doing drugs, right? Because a lot of times when people are dealing with such extreme cases of mental illness, but even, not even so extreme, there are people who battle bipolar disorder and other disorder, even anxiety disorders, and they take drugs to self-medicate because they're trying to just get through it, and then some will complain about not taking the actual medication that's prescribed because they feel like, yeah, it may remove the voices in their head, or it may do one thing to help, but at the same time, it makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes them feel numb. It makes them feel like they don't have any feelings, or it takes away their creativity. It's just so much shit like that, So I'm sure, and you guys, I had, and she's been on the channel a couple times. She's in the chat from time to time. Marla Thomas, who is the mother of Monique Slaughter from Love and Hip Hop. Marla has 2 children that deal with mental health issues, and Monique is one of them. I believe Monique has been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which is multiple personalities. And then her son, he has bipolar disorder with schizoaffective disorder or something like that. And when I heard him explain, her son explain what it's like to deal with schizophrenia, he was talking about how there will be multiple voices in his head arguing with one another. They're arguing with one another. He's forced to sit and listen to these people arguing in his head. And it's not borderline. Is not. What is it then? I thought it was equivalent to that. Because I was like, I didn't know borderline disorder or borderline personality was multiple personalities. Maybe I was looking at something else then. Hold on, because this was a few months back when I looked that up. Hold on. It's no. Okay, what is it, y'all? Let me read what borderline personality disorder symptoms. Okay, so that's symptoms. Oops. Child, y'all can't. Oh, okay. Symptoms include emotional instability, feelings of worthlessness, insecurity, impulsivity, and impaired social relationships. Okay, my bad, y'all. But anyway, she has borderline personality disorder, and the son has the schizophrenia and bipolar. And when he was talking about how the voices would be so damn loud, like they're louder than whatever he's watching or listening, or you know what I'm saying? So it made me feel like, oh my God, that makes sense, because at one point he was dealing with heroin addiction at one point. And then, of course, after that and getting clean, that the drug use impacted his mental health even more, right? So, anywho, I just say all that to say that I can make sense of understanding that when people are dealing with stuff like that, that's probably what sends them to use. Which I had to remind myself of that thinking about this Wade Wilson stuff, because while, you know, it's easy to just kind of deem him as some evil demon, which is probably very close to the truth. But at the same time, it's like, well, wait a minute. This kid was adopted out. He probably dealt with shit. Just, you know, who knows what the family looked like or how old they were. I'm bringing that up because, you know, was it obvious to everyone around him that he was adopted? You know, how was he treated in the house? I mean, they say he was adopted by a good family, but still, you know, what was his experience like being adopted? When did he find that out? You know, when he finally gets old enough and he's maybe dealing with whatever these mental health symptoms are that he's dealing with, and now he's grown enough where he can decide whether or not to take medication on his own or not. A lot of times they decide that they're not going to take it, and then they start using to self-medicate. So anywho, I just say that to say it made me think about it from a different perspective. I mean, one minute I'm feeling one way, and then I have to step back and be like, okay, there's this. El Diva said, I'm an addiction counselor. I've seen people with addiction and mental illness. You have to treat one in order to treat the other. Absolutely. That much I definitely know. Yep. And a lot of times they do go hand in hand, you know, because of that. So I just, anywho, so let's get back to this. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, hold on. All right. It's almost over. It's like 4 more minutes.
Understand. But what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Nothing. I'm just letting you know.
What does that
people that have my best interest in mind, I give a fuck about. Everybody else, I could give a fuck less.
And who is that? And who is that?
Don't worry about who that is.
Kristine.
Don't worry about who that is. Don't worry about who that is.
Okay. Wade, good luck to you, son.
Good luck to you, Dad.
Remember this call.
Just remember when you shit on me, Dad. Every time you shit on me. Remember that. Yeah, every time you shit on me, Dad.
Okay, buddy. Okay, Wade. All right.
Oh, so you didn't shit on me, Dad? You didn't shit on me?
I haven't shit on you.
Did you?
How
or
did
did
I shit on you?
Come on, man.
Of course I didn't shit on you.
Don't ask me that question like you
How
don't know.
How did I shit on you?
Don't ask me that question like you don't know.
How did I shit on you?
This is so manipulative. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to now, pull the victim card against his dad because his dad is trying to advocate for him, trying to advise him. But he doesn't want to hear that shit, and he wants to make him feel guilty. It's a mess, but let's listen.
You want me to not have anybody? You want me to not have anybody in my life? Is that what makes you happy? Is that what makes? No, but that's what you do.
Did I say that?
No, but that's the shit you do.
What did I do?
Every time. That's the shit you do, man. You know, you're not stupid. You're not fucking. You don't have an IQ of fucking. You don't have an IQ of 50, bro. You're not a stupid motherfucker,
You're
bro.
Right. So don't try me. Like I do. You
try me.
Question,
you try me, bro. You try me, Dad. Always.
How did I try you?
You know, and it's so dumb. You always try me. You don't want me to have anybody in my life. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
You want to just kick everyone out of my life, bro.
Wait, save that shit. Don't get on fucking TV talking about I'm a God-fearing man and I've got 2 little kids. You haven't asked me one time about your fucking kids. Not one time. Now you're on fucking the media talking about your God-fearing and I've got 2 kids. You're a dumbass. Because your stupid ass did what you did. Your stupid ass admitted it. And now your stupid ass is on TV claiming you're innocent. You dumb bitch.
Oh, well.
Now your stupid ass is put it out on TV.
Hey, look how.
Guess what, you stupid ass.
Look how when I call you out. Look how when I call you out, how you snap. You see what I'm saying?
You know what you calling
when I call you out, you show your cards. You show your cards, Dad.
Kid
you show your cards, Dad.
Control his anger.
You show your cards.
2 bitches, and now you're fucking claiming you need $8,000 for legal. You know how much money it would cost to defend your ass on murder charges? What do you think the state attorney thinks?
I guess it's a good thing I haven't. I guess it's a good thing I haven't been. I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged with murder then, huh?
Confession.
I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged.
Bitch. No, you will be, unfortunately. You will be. And now, Wade, you're going to wear it because your dumbass can't keep your mouth shut.
Oh, well, you can't keep your mouth shut. You tell everybody everything. Listen, man, you tell everybody everything. You can't keep your mouth shut.
Save that shit, Wade.
No, that's the truth, though. You know how sad that is? That's the truth.
Don't give nobody my number, bitch.
That's the truth.
Don't give nobody the number because I tell the truth. You got this dumbass bitch who on the phone with me, you claim she ain't really a fat girl, Dad. But, she's borderline a fat girl.
Who
cares?
How
stupid you sound?
Who cares? You know the game.
No,
why would you ruin my game? Why do you care to ruin my game?
Attorney cares.
Why do you want to ruin my game?
The fact that this young man, this young demon, is in here talking about game. But we've been talking about his game. Haven't we been talking about it? The fact that he is running game on women from inside, the same shit Nesto is over there doing with Sonya. It is about game. And the fact that after he unalives 2 women and he acts like he's sorry, he didn't know why he did, or he knew it was wrong. I don't want to say he felt bad, but it sounded like he was trying to lead people to believe that he felt bad. He didn't know why he did it. He just felt like he needed to do whatever the hell it was that he told other people that made them damn comfortable with still talking to his ass. It was weird to me. It was crazy. But the fact that he, in the midst of all of that, he's still trying to run game from inside prison. And then who are these weird ass women who are trying to be close to this freak? That shit is wild. But anywho, okay, let's listen.
That's what I'm asking you. Answer my question. Why do you want to ruin my game?
Woman like that.
Answer my question. Why do you want to ruin my game? Why do you want to ruin my game?
You ain't got game. You don't have game.
Well, Dad, you know what? Sad to say, I came from you, so who gives a fuck?
Lame as fuck, Wade.
Dad, you're lame as fuck. Dad, you're lame as fuck, Dad.
You sound lame with your stories.
You're lame as fuck, Dad.
You sound lame with your lies.
Oh, well,
now
who cares,
you
Dad?
deal with it. I care. And you know what? I'm going to stop caring.
Thank you for using GTL.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like.
Wow. Anywho, thank you, phone calls from prison. And if it wasn't for phone calls from prison, I wouldn't have even learned about the damn interview. Okay. Hey, the real Neptune fans. Hello. Hello. Hey, Mickey K. Yeah, no, he definitely does not give a damn about anybody. Okay. He does not care about anybody but himself. Very clear of that. Okay, so now let's move over to the interview. All right. And we're not going to watch the entire interview. We're going to probably watch less than half of it. The interview itself is an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to start it around the 7-minute mark, and we may get through 30 minutes of it, if that. Okay. We may cut it short, even shorter than I planned. But this interview took place on a channel called Lockdown 23 and 1. And this is Wade's dad on the left. Some of you guys, and I watched a little bit of clips, or a few clips a couple weeks back from the trial where the dad testified on there. But I really appreciated this, this interview, and I suggest you guys go and watch it in its entirety. It's if you're interested in the case, it's a pretty good interview. But let's listen up here as we hear the dad tell us a little bit about their background and how they became acquainted with one another.
Oh my goodness! All right, man. I'm trying not to laugh at this type of stuff right now. You know what I mean? But you meet up with them. I mean, how was it? Where'd y'all meet up at for the first time?
We talked on the phone.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, basically, they were really young kids when they had him, and then he was adopted out, right? So again, I can't remember the details of how they got in touch with one another, but he's about to explain how they talked on the phone for a bit before they met up the first time. Hey, Vic to the Veil, what you say? The guy who's interviewing him has done several stints in prison, and he cleaned his life up. He's the best person to interview with. Josh is a laid back guy. Yeah, he seemed pretty laid back, and you could tell that he had experience in there. So, yep. So, anywho, let's listen.
Yeah, but how much did you talk to him before you ended up meeting up in person?
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Because he seemed normal.
Huh?
He seemed normal?
No, absolutely not.
Oh no!
But you have to understand. By the time he came into my life, we were in opposite ends of everything. He was where I once was. He was in active addiction. He was, doing that thing. Just everywhere.
I mean, did he tell you this when did he tell you straight up, hey, I'm addicted to this, that, and the third? He just straight up told you, huh?
Yeah, well, we talked, and I knew, I could tell. And, I told him about my past, and he told me where he was at that time. And, it really, I felt like I needed to make up lost time. So, anything he wanted, I was sending him money, getting him hotel rooms, sending him Ubers, anything he needed,
Yeah.
And he was, in and out of jail. He ended up going to prison, and he did about a year, and that's where he lost his teeth at.
I didn't know anything about his teeth. So does he have like dentures in, or does he have like I just wonder, he doesn't sound like somebody who doesn't have teeth, so he must have gotten them fixed or whatever. And as weird and crazy as Wade looks right now, when I went back and looked at like when he was first arrested, he was a good looking guy. He really was good looking. So anywho, know your own worth. Thank you, girl. Hold on. Thank you, honey bunny. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So let's see who got these memberships. Mickey K, Coffee and Cream, The Real Neptunes fans, Ebony, and Can VC have all become members. Oh my God, hold on. Child, why is the TV in the other room came on, child? Anywho, thank you so much. Know your own worth. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's listen.
How'd that happen?
He just got jumped on. You know, he doesn't do good with men.
Yeah.
You know, he's not built like that. You know, he's a coward when it comes to men.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You know, when he was in prison, he was checking in multiple times, owing people money, you know, just doing that stupid stuff. So his anger's always been towards women. It's he doesn't try men like that.
Well, was there any time where you felt like that you seen him get violent with women before any of this other stuff took place?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But what would end up happening is, you know, he would get with a girl and they'd hang out, rip and run for a while. And then something would happen, you know, and she'd end up calling me. You know, he choked me out, you know, he jumped on me last night. You know, I don't know what to do. He scares me, you know, all that. And when he would be high, that's when he gets so paranoid and he just loses it, you know. He becomes a different, you know how.
I think that's pent up frustration, pent up anger, pent up hostility. To me, I think that's what it is. And I think the reason why, I think he does probably have a disdain for women, but I also believe that because he was such a coward with men, that is why he takes out his frustrations on women, because he's a freaking coward. That's my thought, especially hearing what the dad is saying, that part. The other thing is these crazy ass women, Mila in particular, contacting the dad to tell him how crazy Wade is, how violent Wade is, only to turn around and stay with this fool. So, you know, it's not surprising that it ended up where it did. And that's what the dad said. The dad said he always knew this shit was going to happen. He knew it. Let's listen.
Alcohol makes some people courageous. You know, when he would do meth, that's what would happen. But it was always with women. You know, he's never had a problem with women, you know, getting women. So that's who he would always take everything out on, is women.
Did he have any kind of relationship with his mom after the whole adoption thing?
You know, a couple times, you know, I think the adoption has hurt her worse than people think, you know, and the older she got, she just never could pull out of it, man. She's been in and out of prison.
So you've been in his life way more than his mom.
I mean, yeah. She's battled her own issues. You know, she still is trying to get her stuff together, you know. So there was a few times where, you know, he'd want money from me because he'd want to go down to Tampa or St. Pete and run the streets with her, you know. And I said, I'm not doing that.
With the mom?
With his biological mom.
Oh, okay. So she was ripping and running with him a little bit.
Well, that's what they were trying to do, but I told him, I'm not sending you down here for that. You know, that's going to end you up in trouble, you know?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, so it sounds like the mother, see, I'm sure that the adoption situation, I'm sure that was hard on both of them. I feel like that is one of the reasons why the dad may have been catering so much to this relationship with his son. Maybe this was his chance to act like he had his sons, but not act like, or maybe this was, he may have had his own guilt, thinking, had I raised him, this wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the dad is dealing with his own guilt and he handled it one way. The mother's dealing with her own guilt, and she hasn't been able to shake her drug addiction, because the dad is saying he was actively addicted to drugs early on as well. So it's a whole lot going on here. And I'm sure that everybody is broken behind this. I remember being in high school, and there were a couple of girls in particular that got pregnant when I was in high school. But one in particular, girl got pregnant. It was a white girl. She got pregnant by a black guy. And I want to say, because she was in my class. So I want to say I'm pretty sure we were in 10th grade. We weren't in 9th grade, but we were like in 10th grade. And when she got pregnant, her parents forced her to give up the child, give the child up for adoption. And so everyone knew this. So I'm thinking, like, that's got to be hard too, because we all know that she's pregnant, right? She's having to come to school every day, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Everyone knew that she was going to put the baby up for adoption before the baby was even due. It was clear that the baby was going to be put up for adoption. And then she has the baby and comes back to school, and that's that on that. Now, how did that impact her? Because see, her parents made her give up the baby. Now he didn't care. I mean, I know the guy that she got pregnant by, I knew him very well. He wasn't a bad guy, but he was a young guy. You know what I mean? And he didn't want no babies. So it wasn't a bad idea for him. But for her, who knows? And maybe later on down the line, he may have had a different thought process about it too. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's sad. And I'm sure that if that girl, if she had been given the opportunity to keep her baby, she would have. But a lot of times somebody else is making that decision for these young people, and that also causes trauma on top of the trauma. But okay, let's listen.
I don't want that for you, and you don't. That's your mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild, man. All that put together, it could definitely do something to a young man's mind as a child and going up. That's just how it is. Some people it doesn't affect. Some people it does. And also, like I said to you before, some eggs just come out bad, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's mental issues, man.
Someone's asking, what is smack? Isn't smack heroin? Isn't that the street term for heroin? And heroin is an opioid, right? Wait. Isn't smack? Yes. Okay. Say Jay said yes. Okay. So yeah. So a lot of people end up getting on heroin. They get on it because it's the easiest way to get opioids. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, opioids on the street, because there's so many regulations around getting an opioid or a narcotic prescribed to you. So this is how people go about getting it. They go out there and they get it on the street. So let's listen.
I mean, something's wrong with the ticker.
One thing I've heard a lot of is people have said that when she was pregnant with Wade or Anthony, whatever back then, that she used drugs, and that's not true.
Okay.
She never used drugs with him. She didn't drink. She didn't smoke. She didn't do any of that. Yeah. Now, as far as any mental illness, I don't know about that because, we haven't seen each other or dealt with each other. So I know she's battled addiction, but she never used with him when she was pregnant.
Well, I mean, she was young, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And,
He was a kid, like me.
Yeah. And it was different time and age too. I mean, now, young people can be addicted, but
yeah,
the majority ain't getting into that super hard stuff till a little older, you know what I mean? But anyways, speaking of which, since you clarified about something, is there any other type of things that you might want to, kind of clarify that you might have been hearing that might be some misconfusion?
One thing I've learned from this whole incident is, I used to be the type that would like scroll through videos and, oh, that's so sweet, or man, that's messed up. And I believed them. I believed the videos. One thing I have learned from this, man, I don't believe nothing, because I see so many videos of whoever posting these videos like they have facts about something, and they don't even know the half of it, and it really pisses me off, because I'll tell you one thing that pisses me off. They want to post everybody's records, anybody who was involved with this case, they want to post their records.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if you post my record. Yeah. Anybody that knows me knows my past.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect me at all. But, I read these comments and videos that say, how can we believe these people? Look at their past. They've been arrested. They've been to jail. They've been drug addicts. But you can't have it both ways. Wade's a drug addict. Wade's been to prison. Wade has a past. So you're defending him because you believe he's innocent, and that's your choice. But you can't criticize or judge anybody else about their past when the person you're defending has the exact same past and a lot worse than most.
Yeah.
So I just think it's so hypocritical.
Yeah. A lot of things that can be.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I've even seen stuff, about my wife, because I had the phone on speakerphone, and, my wife was subpoenaed to testify. She didn't want to testify. I didn't want to testify, but they chose not to use her. So, people are questioning that, why did the wife, why didn't they? It's just ridiculous. It's almost like people are trying to just find anything to justify how they feel about this case.
They wanted someone else to blame other than Wade.
Exactly.
You've already heard this question quite a bit. Let's start about around the time when he tells you about the first murder.
Yeah.
How the hell did that?
And we'll just listen to him explain how he learned about this stuff. Again, we won't listen to any more than maybe another 12 minutes of this, but just listen to how he learned of what transpired. I just think it's interesting that Wade felt comfortable telling him, but then again, maybe he was a little fearful too. I don't know, but let's listen.
That go down, man. Did you even believe him at first?
No. He's never told me a story like that. Hey, I killed somebody. Usually it's a long drawn out, my car's broke down, or his girlfriend's car's broke down. We need tires. We need this. So it was always those type of kind of junky move stories, and just needing help, But so when he called me, I was working. It was early afternoon, and it was a random number that I didn't recognize, but that was normal. He would call me from all different kinds of numbers. He couldn't keep a phone. So I answered the phone, and he said, hey, Dad, I need some help. Well, I automatically thought, he needs a hotel. He needs money for whatever. So it was a hot day. I was frustrated. I said, listen, call me around dinner time. I'll be done working. Just call me then. We'll figure it out. So he calls me, and he's in a panic. I could tell he's high, and I need help. I've done something I can't take back. There's two people that aren't with us anymore. And
did you know any of those girls? Didn't know nothing about them, huh?
I live 2 hours away, so I'm not familiar with that area at all.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, oh God, here we go. I just thought he was on one. And we talked for a few minutes. I said, listen, I'm on my way home. I said, call me back tonight and we'll figure it out. I said, are you safe where you are? And he said, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the house. I'm good. I said, all right. So in the meantime,
and he's already told you about taking two people out.
Yeah, but it was general. That's all he said, and he didn't say, he just said, I've done something I can't take back. So
now look, I know you've told, I hate to stop you. I know you've told this story before, but I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't heard it. I even in the court trial, I just kind of, watched that little snippet that they had.
Mm-hmm.
But my next move probably would have been to tell my old lady.
That was part of it, because here's where I kind of get things twisted sometimes. I'm a changed person, I promise you.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of times I go back in that mode. Okay. And I know when something's going on, a lot of times I just react and I don't take a breath and think about it, and that was part of it. I wanted to get home. I wanted to talk to my wife because I knew there was a different vibe about this conversation with him, but I just wasn't ready for it yet. But I knew something was coming, So I did. I went home.
And I'm sure hearing someone, hell, it wouldn't matter who it was. Anybody who would call me talking about, I've done something that I can't take back. There are two people who aren't with us anymore. I don't even think I would immediately go to unaliving. Just because this would just be such foreign territory. Like that wouldn't even be what do you mean they aren't with us anymore? Did they leave town? Did they move away? Like, I don't even, and who are these people? And when I tell you, I would have been lost in the sauce for real, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But maybe because of two things. One, because this is his kid. And even though he may not have raised this kid, it's a part of him. And he probably had some instincts about what was going on, which is what he's sort of, suggesting here. And I think the fact that he's had a criminal past and he's done prison time and he's been around people who have done all sorts of things, it probably, clicked for him too that something was going on. But it still sounds like he didn't think it was an unaliving. But let's listen.
But before
I'm putting myself in your shoes, man. I'm putting myself in your shoes. Immediately, I would have been like, I'm going to the crib. And I already know what my old lady can say. Look, he killed someone. Record everything. That's the first thing she's going to tell me to do. Record. Yeah. She's got 4 different recordings and recording every end.
Yeah. The good thing about my wife is I've known her longer than I've known, Wade's biological mom.
Wow.
That's crazy.
She knows everything about me.
Wow.
But that's wild. Can you imagine? Wade's mama was 14. He was 15. So he's known his wife even longer than that. Ain't that something? But let's listen.
Oh, that's a long time. Well, before you move forward, look, you being locked up and you know that this kind of conversation's on its way. Are you feeling any kind of paranoia?
No.
No?
No, because one thing about me that I've learned over the years of doing the right thing, I just don't, if my hands are clean, I don't worry about it on that angle. Mm-hmm. I worry about it on an emotional level, because I don't know where we're about to go with things.
Yeah.
But, but in the meantime, as I'm driving home, I get a call. And it's a detective from the Cape Coral Police Department.
Before you even talk.
That's wild too. So the police have already located the dad, figured out, that. Anywho, we'll get to that in a minute. You guys, please hit the like button for me. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. That really does help me sort of get out here into the algorithm. Okay, so I really appreciate it. Okay, let's listen.
That's him again.
Yeah, in between the second call and me getting home to talk to my wife, I get a call from a detective. And what he had done was called me from one of these girls' phones.
Oh, man.
So that's how they got my phone number.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
And in the process, I got a text message from somebody telling me that my son had jumped on his girlfriend and tried to kidnap her. So as I'm on the phone with the detective, I get a text message that tells me that. So I'm thinking, oh man. The detective asked me who I was. I said, I'm his biological father. And she said, do you know where he's at? And I said, no, I don't know where he's at. And she said, have you heard from him? I said, yeah, I've talked to him a couple times today. And she said, are you going to talk to him again? We need to talk to him. And I said, he said he'd call me later, And she said, listen, take this number down. If you hear from him, call us. I said, okay. Hung up the phone with her, went home, talked to my wife, told my wife about the text, told my wife about the detective,
Real quick though, how do you think that the boyfriend of the girl that was almost kidnapped got the dad's phone number? And why would that person think that texting dude's dad was gonna do something? That's the weird part for me. Like, that's odd. What made someone text him? And Wade's dumb ass. Why? What made him, for one, keep the girl's phone, and two, make phone calls from her phone? It's the weirdest shit. I'm confused. No, yeah, and I'm not talking about lying. I'm just trying to understand what would be the point of so if this man learned that somebody had tried to kidnap his girlfriend, what made the guy call the dad, and what made the guy know to call the dad? That's just weird to me. But anyhow, okay.
What Wade had said to me, and that's the only details I knew at that time.
Oh, it was Mila that time. Okay, because he had mentioned earlier that Mila has called him more than once saying that. Okay, but no, I thought he said that so wait, he just said that the person texted him about almost being the other boyfriend knew about her. The other boyfriend knew about her and Wade. But what would make him call the dad? Doesn't that seem odd? The biological dad didn't even call the parents that raised him, but called this biological dad. That's weird. That's 2 hours away. So the boyfriend and Wade were friends, but why would he still? That's just weird to me. But okay. But he's saying he acted like he didn't know where this text was coming from. But okay.
So, I was kind of left for a couple hours waiting to hear from him. And he finally called me. It was about 10 o'clock at night when he called me from the same number he called me from earlier.
And it's a girl's number.
No, not the first time. That was from the girl phone. The second time was from a different number.
Oh, okay.
And he told me he was in a house. He was safe. What he did was he took both of their phones.
The car was not his car. It was Mila's car. Wasn't the Hellcat Mila's car? But he keeps referring to it as their car, but it was really Mila's car. This dude was a bum. Okay. He was just a whole addicted bum. But also, I don't want to diminish the fact or make small the issue that he did have addiction issues, obviously, and mental health issues. But no, Wade said it was really her ex's car. Okay, but it's not Wade's car. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, but that's why. But Wade was over there talking about it was his car. He kept making mention to his car. It wasn't even Mila's. Okay, but it wasn't his. Anywho, and why were they driving this other dude's car? Just a mess. Anyway.
So he kept Kristine's phone open and called me from that phone initially. And then a lot of stuff happened in between, and he ended up in a house. He broke into a house. He called me about 10 o'clock, and we talked, just small talk for a few, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Dad, I need you to come get me. I'm in trouble. So I'm like, my first reaction, I said, are you safe? And he goes, I'm safe. I just got to get out of here. So I jump up. I'm going to get my shoes on, get ready, and I'm going to drive down there and get him. Well, as I'm thinking about it, I said to myself, you better find out what's going on before you just drive down there.
Start touching things.
End up in some stuff. I don't want to be involved with this
I'm
shit,
like, hold on, bro. Hold on, son.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Let's talk about these two people you killed first, because I ain't coming over there and touching nothing of yours. As I would have done said straight like that to him.
Yeah. Well, I said to him as I'm getting ready and getting all my shit together, I said, listen, you got to tell me what's going on. I said, you know my past. I said, I need to know what's going on. And he started from the top. He told me him and Mila went to the Buddha, hanging out, and he gave me kind of a shorter version. He said they got into an argument.
And Mila's one of his girlfriends.
That was his girlfriend.
Main girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. He said we got an argument, and I ended up leaving the bar with 2 girls. And I was like, okay. He left out the whole part of going to the dude's house and all that. He didn't tell me any of that. All he said was they went back to one of the girls' houses and hung out for a little while. He said her friend left and they had sex and she fell asleep on the bed. And he said he stayed up for a little while, just kind of partying. And he said he just walked in there, got on top of her, and choked her to death. And at first I was thrown by it. You know, I didn't know. I'm trying to hear in his voice, you know, is this another story? But I can hear the panic in his voice, you know. I said, why, son? And he said, Dad, I don't know. Just wanted to do it. So
you believe that?
What's that?
Do you believe that?
The truth about it is, for years,
Listen,
I've told my wife, I said, my biggest fear is one day he's going to kill one of these girls. Because I'm telling you.
You had so many calls, man, from the girls getting beat by him.
Multiple girls, man, would call me, text me, you know, just desperate. Young girls, you know, just don't know what to do, don't know how to deal with it. Looking for help, you know. And everybody, he's funny, he's cool to hang out with, you know, but it's something in him, man. When he gets high, he flips out, man. I just think he just took it one step farther this time. I think he's wanted to do that for a long time. I know he's never done that before. He's never killed a woman before. I know that. But I feel he wouldn't. So when he told me that, it hurt me, but it didn't surprise me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's wanted to do it for a while.
now I'm going to stop that interview right there. We got all the way through to about the 28-minute mark. Again, there's another 30 minutes of this interview. I suggest checking it out. It was good. It was a good listen to, I must say. Again, shout out to Lockdown 23-1. And that's where this interview was. And then also be sure to go check out phone calls from prisons video in its entirety of that 12-minute or so call where they went in. Okay. And it's in this interview too that he says, you know, that's the last time he talked to him was that call. Okay. Now I did want to show something else real quick because, you know, I did a whole little deep dive earlier today because of this. So I, you know, heard the call, which led me to the interview, which led me to this body language expert that talked about Wade. Actually, I will show a little bit of that. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I will show a little bit of what was interesting as well. It was a body language Wade's behaviors during the trial. Well, not even during the trial, during the sentencing. No. I take that back. During the verdict. A couple of minutes of this. This is only a 15-minute video. I'm starting it right at the 1 minute and 7 mark. We'll just listen to this for a couple minutes, but it was very interesting to watch this as well. Oh, damn, no sound again. Oh, this is so crazy. Okay, hold on, y'all. What is going on with this? Okay, hold on. Damn it, man. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Let me try and do this again. I don't know what that's about. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear it this time. Can you hear it that time? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard anything just now. 2 if you didn't. Please hit the like button, you guys. 2 again? Oh, heck, you know. Okay, hold on, y'all. That's crazy. Okay, hold on. Wonder what's causing this. Hold on, y'all. I closed it out. Okay, hold on. Okay, hopefully this time. Okay, let's see if y'all can hear it this time. Did y'all hear it that time? Hey, Shelly C. 2 again? What the hell? Ooh wee. Okay. What the heck? Okay, let me try something else. Okay, maybe this time it'll work. Okay, let's see if y'all can hear it this time.
Our mouths dry out as we're getting more and more anxious. It makes us aware.
How about that time? That video is asleep, Michelle. Oh, y'all can hear it that time. Okay. All right. So we're only going to watch a couple of seconds, but or a couple of minutes, because I just kind of wanted to, because remember how I was saying how he just looks evil and demonic, right? But this made him more human. Like, okay, he a little scary little bitch boy. That's pretty much what we're looking at here. But let's listen.
In the circuit court of the
Now, you probably noticed a lot of emotion just then. First thing you see is a heavy swallow. Now, as our mouths dry out, as we're getting more and more anxious, it makes us aware of the different processes going on in our body. So it ends up oftentimes causing us to think about the sensations in our throat, causes us to swallow. So you're seeing him swallowing, which means that he's got a lot of anxiety right now. You're also seeing him look around everywhere. He doesn't know where to put his eyes. There's a lot of anxiety and stress under the surface that he doesn't want to show. Like I said, the leaning back is an attempt to counterbalance how he's feeling, because right now he's probably feeling very intense. But as we're going to talk about with some of the tattoos, that's the last way that he would want you to think that he feels right now, I think.
All right, verdict form appears to be in order. We'll let the clerk publish the verdict.
In the circuit court of the 20th Judicial.
See, there's those deep swallows again. He's starting to blink more. The stress is building and building.
Circuit in Forley County, Florida. Criminal action. State of Florida versus Wade Wilson. Case number.
You can also see his chest moving up and down pretty rapidly, actually. He's taking heavy, deep breaths. The reason we do that is when our heart pumps harder, when our heart beats faster, it uses up more oxygen. Therefore, we need to breathe heavier. We need to breathe more. So right now, you're seeing somebody who's feeling a tremendous amount of stress, as most people would in a situation like this, but he doesn't want to show it. So some people want you to see how stressed out they are. Some people do not. And some people don't seem to feel much of anything. I've absolutely watched verdicts being read where people seem to feel or experience very little. This does not seem to be the case with him. I think that he's someone that feels very intensely. And right now, as I said before, he's leaning back. He's got his nose in the air. We put our nose in the air to show everybody else that we're better than them, that we're above a certain situation. So he's basically saying, this doesn't affect me. But as we can see, it seems very much to affect him.
State of Florida versus Wade Wilson. Case number 19 CF 568. Jury verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury.
All right, now you see that little twitch in the corner of his mouth. So they said penalty phase, big swallow, it's a twitch in the corner of his mouth. What this is his contempt. Now, most emotions we see on both sides of the body, except for contempt. So when somebody smiles, both sides, frowns, both sides, you get the idea. But when you see this weird little twitch, that is a contemptuous feeling. So he feels contempt that they're getting ready to read him this verdict, that they're getting ready to read him the penalty.
Jury verdict form, penalty phase.
That's the look right there. A one-sided smirk, a quick twitch on his face because the feelings of contempt are so intense. And part of the reason is that he has no control at this point. You got to realize somebody like him is going to absolutely want to be in complete and utter control at any given time. And in this situation right here, when you have a jury member reading something to you and you have no control, that's going to stir up feelings of contempt and probably other feelings as well.
Reasonable doubt that Wade Wilson was previously convicted of a felony and under sentence of imprisonment.
Now, something that's going to be absolutely torturous to him is how long it's taking, because there's a process. The jury has to read through this. They have to read the statement, in essence, that's written down. And so he's not going to like this. He's going to want to just go ahead and get things over with. So he is sitting there. He is simmering. He's struggling to make it through this because he has to sit there and listen, yet he wants an answer quickly. So for somebody like him who's probably impatient, probably impulsive, this is going to be torturous for him, basically.
Or placed on community control or on felony probation. Yes. We, the jury, find unanimously that the state has established.
And as you can see, the deep swallowing again. He also looked at the camera right here. Watch this right here.
We, the jury.
He has a lot of anxiety and he knows it. And I think that he wants to make sure that everybody sees what he wants people to see. I mean, you have to think about the tattoos that he has. He's very big on appearance. You don't get a swastika tattoo on your face without knowing that people are looking at you and thinking about how people are perceiving you. He wants people to be afraid of him. He wants to be intimidating. He wants to control how others feel. And he has no control right now. So knowing he's being recorded, knowing this is taking a while, these are all things that are going to add to his frustration and his stress.
Find unanimously that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt that Wade Wilson was previously convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use of threats of violence to the person. Yes.
Now you saw him blink very slowly right there. Now blinking naturally is very quick. That was very slow, which means it was intentional. Watch this again.
A threat of violence to the person. Yes. We, the jury.
So that slow blink, this means that he is giving thought to how he's being perceived. He blinked slowly. He looked at the camera. He's trying to remain calm because I think that that's how he wants to appear to everybody else, that he's calm, that he's above this, that he doesn't care what's being said, that he doesn't care the outcome here, that he is unaffected, which once again does not seem to be the case.
Unanimously find that the state has.
And there was that contempt again. Watch this right here.
Yes, to the person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that.
So we, the jury, unanimously find. Immediately, I think he's preparing himself once again for what's getting ready to be said. He knows it's not going to go his way, but he knows how uncomfortable it's going to feel to have to hear this, to have to listen to this, to have people looking at him when this is being said. And so once again, there's that contempt right there.
Unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt that the first-degree murder was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt that the first-degree murder was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification.
I do think the fact that there's a process, the fact that he has no control, once again, is making him struggle. You see that he doesn't know where to look. He keeps looking around, and then he continues to look back at the camera. He seems to have this pattern of looking around, looking at the camera. There's just so much discomfort right now.
And I'm going to stop it there too, because, actually, and I'll make sure that I add this to my description, and I'll link this video. But this is Dr. G. I don't know what this Dr. G explains. So he is a body language expert, obviously. And I just thought it was interesting. And the reason why I thought it was so interesting was, like I said, it almost like humanized him. Like, okay, this fool is really unnerved about this shit. He is a coward. He is scared. He is all of the things that a normal person, I guess, would be in this situation. However, normal people don't go around unaliving people. I'm just saying. Okay, last thing I wanted to show y'all, hold on. I don't know if you guys saw, hold on. There we go. Don't know if you guys saw the body cam when a cop had noticed the car that he was in. Was it a Versa? I think it was a Nissan Versa, what have you. And there's a body cam, and it's only like a couple minutes. But I want you, the reason why this stood out to me, because like I said, I went and did a little deep dive earlier, right? Which led me to all these other videos, which led me to this body cam video as well. And this one is very brief, but it was very, very interesting to watch. Not that it's very interesting. I shouldn't say that. It wasn't very interesting. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. Now, this man was suspected of being of unaliving these two women, right? And when they spotted him, when this cop spotted him or got the tip or whatever it was that led him to the car or to wait in the car, I just think it's interesting how they approach the situation. Okay. So last but not least, let me share this video. It's only literally, it's like 3 minutes probably. It's not very long at all. But okay. All right. So this was footage. Not only was the officer too calm, well, we'll talk about it afterwards. Okay. This was the body cam footage is being shared in the courtroom during the trial. So it's going to be on a separate monitor. So let's watch this.
How you doing? What's going on, man? You're waiting on your girlfriend? Oh, okay. That's no problem. No, I got a call. Somebody was sitting in their car and everything like that. So. Oh, okay. She's on her way now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. L41 to bike 5. ETA? Copy up 10-12. I'll explain it to you when my partner gets here, okay? Yeah. About this morning. Say again?
Oh, his teeth are jacked up right there, aren't they?
Yeah, I can do that, but I'm just waiting for my partner to get here. Yeah, absolutely. And here's what's going to happen. Is the car running? Shut the car off for me. It's off. I'm going to detain you until I figure out what exactly is going on. Wait, you don't want any trouble for me? Okay? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to have you step out of the car, and I'm going to detain you. Not arrest. Detain you right now. Okay? And I can't have any problems. You understand me?
Isn't this officer so kind? Here is a suspected unaliver. And the officer is being so calm, so kind. I don't see a pow pulled out. I don't see anything going on here. Okay? Very interesting how this is being handled. Okay? Hey, Mickey K, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But isn't it interesting how nice this cop is? Let's continue to watch, shall we?
All right. What's that? Bike 5, I'm at Joe's Crab Shack in the parking lot.
Like, when have you ever seen a cop approach a car that is being reported as the possible car that a suspect is driving, then to come across the actual suspect himself, and you haven't pulled your gun out? You're talking so sweet and nice. You ask the man to kindly turn the car off. You tell him, look, now I can't have no problems, okay? I'm just going to detain you, okay? I've seen people being detained in a much more aggressive manner, especially when they don't look like Wade. Isn't that interesting? But let's watch, shall we?
I will. I give you my word. No. I have to detain you. By our procedures, I have to detain you. Because of the battery this morning. There wasn't any battery?
Yeah, he doesn't feel unsafe at all. Isn't that interesting? He, in fact, has called for backup, and he's just asking the unaliver to just wait here. You know, I'm just waiting for my partner to come. You know, I can't have any problems. I'm going to detain you. I'm not going to arrest you. We just want to detain you, okay? It's our procedures. He's so kind. So kind. But let's listen.
See the keys to the car. Let me see the keys to the car. Keys. Keys.
Huh? Nope.
Wait, we're not going to have any problems.
Wait a minute. Why isn't his gun out? Why isn't he telling Wade to put his hands out the window? Why isn't he ensuring that Wade's ass has dropped them keys outside the car and his hands are somewhere he can see them? And I don't understand this. I don't understand none of it.
Just give me the keys to the car. Wait.
And he knows him as Wade. That's the part I wasn't sure about. Like, did he? Because you're not seeing where he grabbed his license or anything. The car is not his car, so you know that this is the guy then that you're looking for. This is very interesting. Who doesn't believe he's a criminal? They did. He knew exactly who it was. And he's saying the batteries. So he knew.
Just wait till my partner gets here. No, 4-1.
Yeah, let's just wait. Wait right here. We're just gonna wait for my partner to come. Just relax. We don't want any problems. He still ain't put the car keys out. The dude has rolled up his window. This boy rolled up his damn window.
A couple more minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hey.
Huh? Wait. Hey. How come no gun? How come no shots are fired at the car? I don't understand what just happened here. I don't get it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Now he's saying don't do it. Wade gone. Okay, Wade is gone. He in his car talking about, he's still in there calm and talking about don't do it. This some bullshit. I don't give a damn. This is what had me hot as a firecracker. Okay, but let's watch.
In his car, attempting to take off.
No, he didn't attempt. He took off.
Yes, please. He's taking off, Fort Myers. Just ran a stop sign going up towards McGregor.
So let me get this straight. Now this fool, not only has he left the scene after disobeying multiple orders by an officer, now he is committing traffic violations. It ain't bad enough that he already unalived 2 women. Now he got traffic violations and they still ain't stopped this fool. So the other thing is interesting is that the cop followed him, but not for long. Not for long at all. He pulled away and they, I don't know how they got him later, but the bottom line is this. When has this ever happened to a Black person? I just want to know one time that this right here happened to a Black person. It's very interesting, isn't it? Anywho, that's all I have for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for kicking it with me. I thought this whole shit was just fascinating. I got so caught up in, the call to the interview, to the body language expert, and then the body cam. And I wanted to share it all with each and every one of y'all. I hope that if you haven't already, that you will hit that like button on the way out. Thank you to everybody who super chatted, those that gifted memberships, became new members, and everyone who hit that like button. If you didn't hit it already, please do so on the way out. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take my ass to bed because tomorrow is a very, it may be a trying day. We shall see. I might be okay, but, if y'all don't hear from me, no, you will, because tomorrow night, Native and I are going to do our readings. So Native and I will be reading the text messages of Nasty Nesto. Okay? So if you guys want to be here for that, please do be here at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. That will probably be right on time. Okay? Because I'll need some laughs at that point. All right. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for kicking it with me. And thank you to A-Shell Loves and all the moderators that were here on tonight. Thank y'all. And we will see you on tomorrow. Okay. And know that I love you to pieces and ain't nothing you can do about it. All right. Smooches.
Stop.